If you're using Replit, you've probably noticed that they just keep getting more and more expensive to use. I've seen people using $200, $300 of credits every single day trying to get their app built and ready for production. I'm going to show you how you can start the app with Replit and then pick up development with something like Claude Code that has a fixed monthly price and not keep spending tens or hundreds of dollars every day to finish building your app out. We're going to use Replit. I have an app built in there that we're going to start with. And then I'm going to show you how to put that up in GitHub, pull that application down to your computer, and use Claude Code to make edits and push those back to Replit so you can see the changes and make sure that they work with your database and everything like that. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at how to do this. The application we're working with is this feedback flow. It's a little feedback collection tool. And if we go into the dashboard, we can see here that it has a bunch of different pieces of feedback, and you can change the status on those and read the details. I'm using this as an example because it has some key features like a database and a auth. So you have to be able to sign into it, things like that. It's emulating some common features that you would find in most apps that people are building on Replit these days. Now that we have this application here, the first thing we're going to do is open a new tab, and we're going to type in Git in the search and open Git. If this is the first time you're using GitHub in Replit, you're going to click this little settings button and connect GitHub to your account. You can get a free GitHub account and then connect it this way. I already have mine connected, so that's already here. And we'll go back here. Once that's connected, and we'll click Create Remote. And here we have what it titles it and the repo description. We're going to make sure it's set to private and then create the repository. We'll confirm this and push out the main branch right here. Now we can click this little link right here and see this on GitHub. So here's the application, and it's right here on GitHub. Next step, we're going to pull it down to our computer. To do that, we're going to use the GitHub desktop app. In the GitHub app, we're going to click this little add button and clone a repository, and then we'll search for that repository that we just created. Select that and clone it to your computer. Now I'm going to use Visual Studio Code for this. That's my favorite IDE. You can use whatever you would like, or if you don't have one, Visual Studio is a free option and it's easy to start with. Google Visual Studio and download that for your computer, whether you're on Windows or Mac. Once you already have that installed, you'll be able to click this button to open the code in Visual Studio, or you could just show it in your folder and open it from there. If this is your first time setting up Visual Studio with Claude Code, you're also going to need to download and install Claude Code. Just search up Claude Code and make sure you're going to the documents, and here are the instructions for how to install it, depending on what type of computer you have. Just follow these instructions to install Claude Code. Now, why Claude Code? I'm using this as an example. You could also use Codex from ChatGPT. The point here is that most people have a subscription to either ChatGPT or Anthropic's Claude, and we can use that same subscription to go ahead and continue building our application rather than continuing to pay credit after credit after credit to Replit. And we can save Replit credits for only doing things that Replit can do on the app. This allows you to get more bang for your buck out of your existing subscriptions, and you get more control of your application by doing it this way. Once you have Claude Code installed, or you could go and get Codex as well, they work the same way. You can then go down here in VS Code and get the extension. I already have this installed. It looks like it needs a little restart here, so we can restart those extensions. But you can also get the Codex extension. It works the same way. And once they are installed, the first time you open it up, it's going to ask you to connect it to your Claude account. You're just going to do their sign in and sign in to your existing Claude account, or if you're using Codex, it would work the same way. You would sign in to your Codex account. Once you have the extensions installed, you can go ahead and see your files over here, and you'll see that these are the same ones that are on Replit. If you are looking in Replit, It's over here in the sidebar, and you'll see that those are the same files here. Okay, so we've downloaded those. The first thing we're going to want to do is make sure that Claude knows everything it can know about this application. And they have a command built in that will help with this. We're going to do /init and hit enter. What this is going to do is introduce our application to Claude Code. It's going to read a lot about it, and then it's going to create a little persistent instruction file for itself that tells it what this application is about. That way, each time you come into it, it already has a starting point and knows what this application is doing and how it's built and what it's built with. So you're not starting from fresh every single time. Now that that is done running, we'll see here that it created a CLAUDE.md for us that tells us about the application. And more importantly, this file is something Claude reads every time you start a conversation with it, so that it knows about the application. So it's very important for it to have this knowledge about what's going on. As you make changes, it may be necessary to rerun this init command to update this file. Claude will see this file and make any updates as needed from the application. But this is a really good place to start. So now that we have this information here, we're going to start a new conversation. So we have a new task and a new conversation. And I want to show you how we can make edits to the application with Claude and then push those back up to Replit. So we're going to click this button here to start a new conversation. And what I would like to do is this application has the feedback information, but it doesn't have any analytics. So it's hard to see kind of the trends over time from this information. So we're going to add an analytics dashboard. And this will be fairly complex, so it might take a minute. I have a prompt ready for this. So what we're going to do is close this file out and paste in a prompt. And what I'm asking it to do is add an analytics section with some requirements. All right, so I have that there. Now I'm going to change this into plan mode. What this does is it keeps Claude from making any changes and forces it to ask questions and clarify a plan. All right, so we're going to take that and send that message. This will take a minute. It's going to re-explore because this is a new conversation, but the exploration will be faster because it has these details from the Claude.md. So we'll save time, save tokens. And what we're doing here is using the existing subscription. So this isn't costing me per prompt or per question like it does in Replit. It's just using my existing subscription. Now in Claude, you can get several different plans, and the same thing applies for Codex ChatGPT. You can start with the Pro plan right here, and this will give you a little bit of Claude Code usage. So for light users, this is perfect. Most people are fine at the Max plan, which is still going to be quite a bit cheaper than coding every day on Replit. And this will give you a fair amount of usage with Claude Code. Or if you want to do a bunch of stuff every single day, you're building on a production app, something like that, then the Max plan is what you'll want. And again, this is an amount that people are often spending in a single day on Replit tokens. And what we have here is something you can use all month. For all of these, you have a limit that is hit every 5 hours, and then you have your weekly limit. If you're on a lower plan, you may hit a limit and get stopped, but it doesn't charge you extra. You can just pick up as soon as that limit expires every 5 hours. So if you're on a tight budget, you can continue to build with this and just work through the limits instead of being charged every time you send a prompt. We can see here that it's continuing to read information about this application and determine its plan for adding this analytics section. Here we are. It has some questions for us. So it's asking about a navigation component. We'll go ahead and take its recommendation here. I'm fine with the recommendation here as well. You can also use this to tell it other instructions if you want. Everything respects the range is a good way to do it. See, it was doing a little bit of looking things up in the background here. It's making sure it's up to date with information. While this is continuing with its plan, I would like to show you how we can push changes back up to Replit. And we're going to start with this Claude.md. On the left-hand side here of VS Code, you can go in to the source control here for GitHub, and we'll see that this CLAUDE.md has been added. And we're just going to type a little message so we know what it is, like that. And we're going to commit this message and sync those changes. Now those are going to go right up to GitHub for us. And when we come back over here to Replit, we can go into a tab and pull up Git and sync those changes. And now we can see that it has the CLAUDE.md right here. Now, if you've pushed up any code changes, you might need to restart the app. It might not automatically pick them up when you pull those changes in. So you're going to go to a new tab and find Console. And here is the running application. So you're going to go over here and click these little stop buttons on the right-hand side. That stops everything that's running. We're going to go to Workflows. Looks like the feedback flow is still running, so we'll stop that as well. And then we're going to go ahead and start all of these again, like that. And that restarts the application. Now we haven't made any changes to it yet. So the only thing we would see is that there is a CLAUDE.md here now that was not there before. That's how the process works to get the changes up to the application in Replit so we can see them. So here we can see it's done its research and it came to a plan. It created this plan here that it's going to build out for us. Now, if this application is something that's in production and isn't just a demo like this, you would want to go through this plan and make sure that the assumptions it makes and the business logic decisions that Claude came up with actually make sense for you. If they don't, you can go back and forth with it to update the plan, or you can click the button to accept the plan. My screen cut out here when I clicked that button, so it's not showing right now, but there's a little button to either accept the plan or continue editing the plan. So here we can see it's approved, and then it's going to go ahead and start the build. Now, I put this one on auto mode because this is just a demonstration app. So I wanted to continue going through and making its changes. If this is an application that's in production and you really want to keep an eye on every single thing that's being changed, you can go ahead and change this to manual, and it's going to ask you between each change, and you can check what the diff is and see what it's proposing and make sure everything makes sense. So for a production app, that's a really good way to go. We can see here it's working through its checklist. So it's gone a little ways through here, continuing to work, and we'll check back in on it in a second here as it continues along. Checking in here, it's continuing to work, and it looks like it's going through the process here. It hasn't looped back to check off a couple things, but it looks like it's at the dashboard refactor piece here. It's going to try to run this, and we do not have all of the environment variables here installed to run this application. So we might have to interrupt it. So I'm just going to tell it nothing is included to run this, no env. It might be missing my message here. So I'm just going to click this button to stop it and resend this message. So it's going to do a few checks on its own here, and then we're going to have to push this up to Replit to actually run it. We could go further in this process and make a new database for Replit to use that it could share between this application on the computer and in Replit and migrate everything off of the Replit database, because inside here, if you go into the database, we'll see here that it doesn't have any actual database URL we can use. This is just internal to Replit. So we can't access this database externally, so we wouldn't be able to run the app. It can't connect. You could go through a process and get a database on Neon or something like that, and then have Replit move this application over to that database. Then you'd be able to access it from Replit and on your computer. If you want to see that process, comment on the video and I'll shoot another video about how to actually do that in this application. But for the sake of this demonstration, we're just going to push our code changes up to Replit and have it rebuild from there. Continuing to debug its work just a little bit here. Okay. It tells us it is done with the work. So we're going to go ahead and send this work up to Replit so we can check it. We'll label this added dashboard and commit that change, sync it up. And then we can go over here into our tools. We're running out of space on the screen. There we go. Go into Git and sync those changes in. Now we have the dashboard added here. We'll go back into our console. We'll stop everything and restart it. We'll log back into the application, and now you'll see here we have a dashboard with analytics. And here is that new analytics section that we just built on Claude Code without using any Replit credits at all to add this section. Now you could take this a lot further, continue to build this out, look at it here on Replit, and then go back to Claude Code with additional feedback and push those changes out iteratively, following the same process. But this is how you would continue to build without using Replit credits, use your existing Claude Code or Codex subscription, and continue to improve your application over time. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's something else that you want to see with respect to this process, and I'll take note of it and put it into a future video. As always, if you like this video, go ahead and follow the channel so that you don't miss the next one that I have out. And if you have any app that you need help with, use the link in my bio to book a time with me and the team so we can take a look at your application and help you get it going.